Hi, everybody. Welcome to Piercing the Veil.
And happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Absolutely.
And winter is here.
Yeah, no more winter is coming. It is here.
It is here. Well, we actually got mist, but if you drive an hour and a half away, they're looking at 5 to 11 inches of snow and that whole Chicago area, Indiana. But yeah, we got some snowflakes, though. We did see our first snow.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Doesn't amount to anything, but we did see it.
So
then we got 60-degree weather coming up supposedly right after that in a few days. So
it's now 29 degrees outside, but we did get mist of the snow apocalypse that's happening in the Chicago area. So welcome in, everyone. Hopefully you're warm. If you live in the Midwest, you're cold. So I hope everyone's doing good.
Yeah, so tonight we have Harold and Christy, which Harold is the O.C.S.T, which is the Oklahoma Cryptid Search Team. And then we have Christy join them, and she's a CR, help me, I'm having a
CRD Designs.
Yeah, thank you.
Forgive us, Christy.
So we have both of them on tonight. They're a couple, so this will be fun having a interaction with both of them tonight.
It's going to be cool. Not just a couple. We will announce that they got married yesterday.
Oh.
I'll say congratulations. And we might as well just welcome on in.
All right. Are you going to?
Yeah, we'll go through chat real quick. We can bring them up, though.
Okay.
So congratulations. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Thank you.
So you want to start out and tell us about your amazing, gorgeous wedding yesterday?
Sure. It was actually kind of very short and sweet and to the point and very simple and just close family. And my son Connor did the service. He officiated it.
Aw, that's special.
My daughter was my bridesmaid. Harold's brother was his groomsman. And we just had a very short and simple, sweet elopement, I guess, but we didn't go anywhere. We had originally postponed it because the friends and family that we, would love to have had here couldn't make it. Yeah. And so I got, obviously stressed and frustrated, and I said, screw it, we're postponing it. Well, I didn't want to postpone it much because the 8th of November has always been the day that we wanted to get married.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, the year never actually finally came true in 2025. So
that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
This sounds like a beautiful wedding. Very special having the kids involved. And that's wonderful.
Everybody in chat saying congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, yesterday when I officially posted it on Facebook, it was way after the ceremony and everything. And I think as of right now, we have over 100 comments.
Oh, nice.
I don't even know. I mean, and then he turns around and does the same thing on his Facebook, and he's got way more followers on Facebook than I do. So I was like,
that's awesome.
I don't even know. I'm like hearting all of them and blowing up both of our phones. And it was so much fun.
Should have told them you were registered at Gander Mountain and
registered at Walmart, believe it or not.
Is there still Gander Mountains out there?
I don't know.
That'd be a good place to get registered at. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. That's funny.
I guess maybe Bass Pro. All them places are bigger now. I don't know if Gander Mountain's even still around.
That's what he wants. He wants Bass Pro or Cabela's or
Cabela's a bit Cabela World or Bass Pro World. Yeah.
I think our Bass Pro. No, the Gander Mountain closed up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the Gander Mountain.
Then it went to Gun World or something for a while, and
I think it'd gift registry to Hobby Lobby.
That's a good one. We got a lot of Bigfoot stuff there.
Yeah.
Yes, they actually do have quite a bit there.
Yeah, they got a lot of Bigfoot stuff there.
Yeah, we're gonna be putting some of that up on the wall.
Yep.
I think Hobby Lobby's closing or selling. The original family is giving it up.
No.
Really?
So I don't know if somebody's buying them out or if they're just closing them.
God bless you.
Wow.
No, that's my favorite spending
Yeah.
my paycheck place.
It probably won't be the same now.
I think somebody will buy them. I just know the family or the original family says they're done, tired of it all.
Oh wow.
Wow. But yeah, it's an awesome arts and craft place. If you know what Hobby Lobby is,
Mhm.
it's a huge,
Mhm.
like Christmas decoration, fall decoration, arts and crafts. That's why I said I probably could spend my whole paycheck there. Like wall decorations and all that stuff. And yeah,
Well, it's like a Michael's, but better.
right,
Mhm.
10 times better.
Yeah, that's what Christy started up her CRJ designs on YouTube because she wants to show off some of her artwork that she does.
Yeah,
She hasn't had time to really do a whole lot.
no, but I've started projects and just haven't finished them. That's the part.
I've done that.
Yeah, I hear that.
Mhm.
50,000 projects I could be doing, and then but
But other than that, she's actually part of O.C.S.T. I took her out on her first Bigfoot search back in
22.
2022.
Yep.
And we went to a place called the Parallel Forest.
Oh,
It's in the Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge, and it's supposedly very paranormal out there. There's a lot of paranormal happenings out there, and Bigfoot sightings, Dogman sightings, you name it. People aren't supposed to go there at night, but people still do.
right.
But it's like right on the edge of the refuge, and all the trees. The reason why they call it the Parallel Forest is all the trees are all lined up perfectly in a row, and they're about 6 feet apart. So I'll show you guys pictures of it, but supposedly the government had the trees planted as an experiment in the Great Dust Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So they wanted to see how planting trees like that, if it could stop the erosion of the land, with all the topsoil blowing away. So it's a pretty interesting area.
Should call it the paranormal
Yeah.
instead of the parallel.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder if the Dust Bowl's going to make them all knock over and go, oops, well, that didn't work.
Yeah. I don't remember what kind of trees they are planted in there, but they're rooted very well.
Wow.
I know around here they use poplar trees that grow fast and straight to take all the chemicals or anything. If they have an oil spill, they'll plant poplars all over to try to suck up all the bad stuff out of the soil. Then they cut down the trees and process them.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, these trees don't get very very stout. They grow really tall, but they're usually probably no more than that big around.
That's what poplars I think do. I think that's what they use. I think they're just fast growing. They go straight and tall. Then it's easier for them to process.
And it's the only area in the entire refuge that has those trees.
Hmm. Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot just said tomato plants remove radiation.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I never heard that.
Hi, TKB.
But then does it go into the tomatoes?
Right. So is this stuff going to tomato? Yeah, good point. Right.
I believe I heard something about them filtering that very well. It's like one of the few edible plants that actually filters out all the toxins.
Oh, so maybe if you have radiation poisoning, you eat tomatoes, it takes it out of your body then.
Yeah, it's said that tomatoes
Fine, I'm not arguing.
help fight cancer. So I would see that. Yeah, they would probably do the same for radiation.
Huh.
Wow.
Never heard that.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, we learn something new every day, and it's not even about our main subject.
Well, everything's our main subject on our show. It's like Bigfoot and stuff. Well, whatever the stuff is that we talk about is what we talk about.
That's usually what our night owl lounge is. It seems like we talk about everything, never one subject. We try to start off with something, but it just always goes haywire.
Oh. Or goat, in your case, goat.
Yeah, and I normally don't. Well, I normally don't do it on Sunday, but since you guys are here, we'll do a goat. Normally do it on Night Owl Lounge late at night, but we normally don't do it on an interview show. But you guys are regulars, and people request, "Hey, I want to hear the goat."
I think that's a congratulation goat scream.
Yeah, congratulations, goat. Our chat just loves that screaming goat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All
the time.
When you first started doing that, I'm like, what in the hell was that noise? And then you did it again, and Harold goes, it's Jane's goat. I'm like, oh, what? And then you did it again. I was like, I was like, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Mad Pax in our chat that he was kind of falling asleep but kind of listening. And we did that screaming goat and we went, oops, I hope we didn't wake up Mad Pax. Well, we actually did. He woke up hearing that goat, was laughing.
Oh my goodness, for funny.
Well, Harold, let's Christy, let's talk about some Bigfoot.
All right.
You sure his name is not Daryl, not
Daryl.
Bigfoot?
My name is Daryl.
My name is Daryl. I missed that commercial.
Well, we actually, I actually did a few story videos about an imaginary character, Merle the Bigfoot.
Merle.
Yeah, I did some AI imaging and actually developed a story about it. I'm going to continue it sometime, but right now taking a hiatus on that. But Merle the Bigfoot tells about his adventures in the forest and talks about his family members and his neighbors and all that. So I ended the last episode I had where he's going on vacation. So he's on an extended vacation right now.
Extended vacation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I started O.C.S.T. Back in late 2021. But I had my first encounter with two Bigfoot up close and personal, very up close. There was a white albino Bigfoot, which I thought at first he was a dog man. For a couple of years, I thought he was a dog man. And then I learned more, and I actually spoke with a friend who's an expert in the field. Nobody's really an expert on Bigfoot until we have a body, but he told me that there's a lot of similarities in the way I explained how the creature was to a dog man or a googway.
Oh,
so and now that I've had a chance to see other encounters, hear and read and see about other encounters, I lean towards that. I lean towards it possibly being a googway, but to get the other Bigfoot into the equation, it was a female. The albino was a male, and the copper brown colored one that was on the other side of him was a female Bigfoot. And the male creature was approximately 7 feet tall. And then the female Bigfoot was approximately 9 feet tall. And
Wow.
I could tell how tall they were, being so close to them and having to put a crick in my neck looking up at them. And then next door, this was at my little brother's house, and next door to him, the neighbors have a barn style shed that the roof is at about the 8-foot mark. So the female Bigfoot was towering over about a foot taller than that.
Wow.
So that was back in 2012. And believe it or not, and I've got a lot of heckling over this, but it actually took place on Halloween night in 2012. So October 31st, 2012, there was a supermoon. And it was a very, very bright supermoon. I was outside at 11:30 at night. And I was going to take pictures of the moon. And I realized my phone was down to 1%, so I had to leave it upstairs in my room on the charger. So I came down anyways to go look at the moon, and I love looking at the stars and all that. But there's a 4-foot tall chain link fence that separates my brother's property and the neighbors. So I'm leaning on it with one arm, and I'm looking up, so that I don't really put a whole lot of strain on my back. So I'm looking up, and I smell a weird skunk smell. It's like a skunk, a really strong skunk smell with I've always said it was like a wet dog.
Right. Okay.
So those two smells combined makes for a very bad smell. Couldn't help but notice it. So I smell that, and I stand up, and I look around, and I don't see anything or hear anything. So I lean back down on the fence, and I'm looking up, and about 10 seconds later, I see out of my peripheral to the left, I see a white figure and a brown figure out my peripheral, and there's this little tree in between me and the shed, and there's about a 3-foot wide walkway behind the shed near the fence. Okay, so these things walk and they stop right at the tree, right? So I'm like this on the fence, and I turn, and I'm like, I surprised look on my face, and I'm looking right at them, but I have to crick my neck, and I look up, and they're staring at me with the same look I had on my face. And there's no words spoken up until I said, "Oh, hi," which was probably about, I don't know, about 20 seconds in. I'm like, "Oh, hi." And I look over at the female, and she looks at me like this, and she looks me up and down, and then she goes, "Whoop, whoop, whoop, whoop." And I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I'm like lost for words. So I'm still leaning on the fence with one arm. But this creature, this white albino looking creature, rubbed its arm up against mine. Right? When it walked up. That's how close he was. And I felt his energy on me, along with some of his hair, but from head to toe he was white hair, He had pink skin with black blotches in the skin. Okay.
Oh,
And he had red eyes like an albino. Right. The only difference was the eyes on this thing were fiery red.
Oh, wow.
Kind of a glowing red with orange and yellow, kind of a marble type thing going on. But the lenses on his eyes, now I could see the pupils deep in behind the lens, and he had the classic either cat or lizard slit eyes, right? And he was looking right at me. But okay, this creature, this albino looking creature, being 7 feet tall, was I've always compared him to being built like Lou Ferrigno.
oh, wow.
Very, very muscular. And the only difference between him, besides the color of him, but the only difference between him and the female Bigfoot was the albino male creature had the head of a wolf.
Head of a wolf.
Yeah.
Oh.
But with really long ears, and they kind of resembled a bat's ears. So I'm like, looks like a wolf. Looks like it's half man or half Bigfoot, because when I looked him up and down, I could see the sweat beating up on him and pouring down. He was breathing heavy, and his hands, they looked like ours, except bigger, much bigger.
Right.
And he had human looking fingernails, but split and dirt all packed up in them. And he wasn't very, very clean. He smelled like trash. And he had dirt all over him.
And he wanted to eat you for dinner.
Yeah. So I look over at the female then, and she's still looking at me with her head tilted like this. Now, neither one of these creatures looked like they had a very big neck. Okay, if anything at all. It was mostly the muscle coming up to the base of the head. So they had very large shoulder muscles. Okay. Very wide shoulder too. Probably the male, I'd say from the outside of the arm to the other outside of the arm, probably 4 feet. The female, within that range, probably a little less, probably 3.5 feet. But her build, she was muscular, but she wasn't buffed out like the male was. She had the classic Bigfoot look like Patty. That's the closest I can compare her to. Is she looked almost exactly like Patty from the Patterson-Gimlin film, just a little bit different in the face. She had human-like features in the face. She had brown eyes, but looked more human than animal. Her cheekbones, she had the high cheekbones. Her nose was like ours, except at the very end. At the very end, she had the large nostrils that flared to the sides.
Right.
Her lips looked a lot like a human's, but the area from the nose down and below here looked more like an lips. So she had the combination of the two.
Wow.
She didn't have much hair on her face. It just she didn't have any hair on the chin. She had some hair right here, and of course her ears stuck out like like a human or a chimpanzee, except they were set further up higher and a little more back. She had a cone-shaped head. Her hair on her head looked short in the front, right? But because I got to see them from behind also because they walked away. But her hair, it looked all short on her face. But when it got up here to her scalp, she had the elongated forehead. But when her hairline starts, it's long hair coming all the way back, and it flowed like someone with long hair.
Oh,
so except it came down to her shoulders. Her hair was all long, all the way to her shoulders and at her chest line. So straight across here, that's where the long hair stops, and then she had short brown hair all over the rest of her. Except on her arms. Her arms had the long hair from the elbows, and same for the legs. You could barely make out any hair. She had dark brown skin, but her hair was more copper colored.
wow.
She also had hands and feet like us, but bigger, and the same with the nails on the hands and the feet, brittle and broken and dirty, but a little bit more clean than the male creature, because she looked more kept. Her fur was straight, like something or herself might have brushed it. But he was all mangled. His hair was all in knots and rats, but he had the same kind of the same structure of his hair, except his chest was bare. Okay. And he had a snout, kind of, protruded from his face a little bit. His nose, that's why I was saying he looked a lot like a wolf in the head. So it came out a little bit, but not as long as a wolf's snout, just a little bit less. And he had the nose of a dog. But the mouth now, the mouth was more human until he opened it. When he opened it, it got bigger, and then he dropped his jaw open and let his tongue roll out. And then he showed his teeth.
Okay.
And he's staring at me the whole time, not taking his eyes off me. The female's staring at me, but she's looking me up and down. He's not. He's just staring at me, and he's just going and showing his teeth. When he opened that mouth and he showed his teeth, even with his mouth dropped clear open, his top teeth were all sharp. Every single one. And then he had two canines that came down about almost, I would say, 2.5 inches. And his bottom jaw now, he's got the tongue hanging out the side, and it's he's slobbering really bad. And his bottom jaw, the teeth were sharp on the edge, on each side. He had canines on the bottom that only came up about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. But the teeth in the middle looked like human teeth, but much larger.
Wow.
And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that's weird. That's a weird combination for something real, to have all sharp teeth on the bottom and then just a couple of regular teeth on the bottom.
So do you think it's a cross between species or something? Because like you said, you thought it was a dog man first, now you're kind of leaning towards Bigfoot, but you're describing it like a dog man or a werewolf, but then at the same time,
right? I had discussed this with Brian Terrell. Okay. He's a big researcher here in Oklahoma. Okay. He interviewed me. That was the first interview I ever had was with him. And he told me about there being a similar sighting around the area where I was at the time. So he was able to make comparisons with that because I gave him the full description and he's like, wow, that sounds a lot similar. And he told me where, and then I found out that report that he told me about and my report was almost spot on, exact, like same as each other. But mine was more up close. Mine was closer than any that he'd heard about. And then I come to find out, more and more that my experience is very, very rare to have like that where they're so close. And most of the time, people don't survive from that being that close.
Oh,
But with these creatures though, they're standing there, and this whole thing took about 40 seconds. It was probably about 40 seconds where they walk up, they do that. We're standing, staring at each other, studying each other, and then when the male, he starts getting a little bit more agitated. So he's really huffing and puffing, and he's clenching his fists. He's doing this, but at his arms at his side, and when he starts doing that, I take one step back from the fence and I look at him, and then I look over at her, and she notices that something's about to go down. So she reaches behind the male and shoves him real hard in the back on the shoulder. She just shoves him really hard. He goes stumbling forward, but he keeps his balance, but he continues to walk on. When he starts to walk on, she takes a couple of steps, she turns and looks at me, and she's like this, and she's like, and then she turns and walks towards the other creature. The other creature is already making it about 30 yards to the alleyway where my brother's house was. He stands there, turns, looks at me. She walks in behind him, turns behind him, and then faces me. And they're both looking at me. And then all of a sudden, this male creature leans forward, puts his shoulders out, and he's doing, the aggressive pose.
right.
He's flexing his muscles, and then his neck he all of a sudden gets a neck because it stretches out a good 2.5 feet probably, and I can see the back of his neck at the spine. I can see it pops up, and his head is lower than his shoulders, and he just lets out a I mean, right at me. And she stands there, she looks at him, and then he stands back up straight, and she shoved him with both hands, shoved him harder, and he stumbles and almost falls. And then she catches up with him, and they're walking side by side, and I'm standing there by the fence watching them as they're walking away. But as they're walking away, now when we walk and try to look back at something, we can turn our head, right? It's not till something gets a little bit out of range where we have to turn our body to look. These things could not turn their head like we can. They had to turn at the waist. They had to turn their entire body to look back while they're leaning forward walking. So they didn't walk upright all the way. They had to lean forward when they walked. So But the thing is how I knew these things were not fake, because being on Halloween night, you know, I've had that question before. Are you sure it wasn't somebody in costume? I got a lot of light from the moon. Okay. It lit the area up so well that I saw every single detail. Like I said, I saw the sweat beading on their chests, okay, and running down their skin. And I was so close enough to see no seams anywhere. So they walk past me and I see their backsides, okay? No zippers, no seams, no material tucked in or anything like that. No boots. It was flesh and bone. These things were flesh and bone, and when they were walking away, I kind of I have to make it PG, but I could see the entire package.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
But when they walk down the alleyway, when they're walking away and they're turning and looking at me, they walk into the darkness, okay? And that's when I'm like, it came to my senses. I'm like, F this, I'm gonna go get my bat. And I walked inside. My brother was on the computer, and I said, you'll never guess what I saw. And he's like, what? As two Bigfoot were just standing next to me. He's like, oh, you're lying. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I grabbed my bat and I walked out the front door, and I go into the alleyway, and I'm standing there, and there's nothing.
They're gone.
Yeah, gone. I never heard or seen anything in that area ever again. But the thing is before that incident, before that night, for about a 6 week period, I would go to and from work down that alleyway, and most of the time it was dark when I go there. So down at the end of the alleyway, there's a house with apple trees on it. It had 3 apple trees, and every single time I walked past those apple trees, they were shaking. They were all shaking, erratically, just shaking, and they would stop as soon as I walked up to them. Okay. But the night of the sighting that I had, I came home from work, and those apple trees stopped shaking. But on the other side of the alley, just off to my side, the tall grass that hadn't been cut started shaking. So I put that off as, oh, maybe it's a skunk, maybe it's a possum or a cat or something,
Right?
You know. But for those trees to do that for about 6 weeks straight, every single time, was more than a coincidence.
You need a cough drop?
Yeah. But the lady the couple that had the property next door with the shed. Now, I talked to her not too long after that. The wife, I'd talked to her, and I asked her if she had seen anything strange around, and she's like, I have these friends that come around at night, and she says, I leave them a plate of food. I'm like, okay. So she explains what they look like. So,
Okay.
that's exactly what stood next to me, was what she explained. She said she leaves them a Snickers bar, an apple, an orange, and some cookies. And she says they take it every single night. So, come to find out, that Lawton, Oklahoma was where I was. Okay. And right down the middle of Lawton, all the way through from Fort Sill down to south of Lawton, there are concrete creeks. Okay, it's runoff for floodwater. Okay, and anything that walks through those is well hidden at night, and you got it going all the way to Fort Sill, which has a lot of trees. Okay, and there's a creek that goes all the way through to Fort Sill, all the way to Medicine Park, and then the creek also continues. Once you get past Lawton, it turns into Wolf Creek. So there's Wolf Creek that goes all the way through, and there's Cache Creek that goes all the way through, and they, at one point in the middle of Lawton, they connect. So there's plenty of area for these things to roam in the dark, because those waterways are not lit up unless you're at an intersection and the creek runs underneath. There's also an area where near where my brother was living, it was a place called Dodo Park. Okay, Dodo Park is an old amusement park, and then they tore down the amusement part and they left the park. Well, those waterways run through that, and then there's a underground area for the water to run, that they built on so that it wouldn't erode, but it's all concreted up, and it's a tunnel way that goes all the way to the downtown area. It's about a 2-mile stretch, and the last person that went in there disappeared. But once you get past that, you go south of Lawton, it turns back into a regular creek, and it's all kinds of woodland all along the creeks. I'm sure you guys know how that works, where you got thick trees and brush along the creeks. Well, all the way down to the Red River. These creeks go all the way down to the Red River, and then on the Cache Creek side, which is on the other side of Lawton, but it goes south to the Red River, which separates Oklahoma and Texas. Okay, there's Lake Texoma on that side. Okay, well, you've got a lake that has plenty of fish, plenty of birds, plenty of wildlife, plentiful, and then those creeks are more private for them to go because they're on ranch land, so it's private land. That's why I never could go and travel those creeks, because it's all on private property pretty much. But a lot of it's on native land also. So hearing all the reports of the old stories that go back years and years and years about these creatures being on those lands, and then having my experience, I'm like, that's what got me into this. I got interested to the point where I have questions that I need answered, and that's what drives me, is I have questions for myself to be answered on why did they choose to show themselves, or was it just happenstance? Did they just accidentally appear there, not knowing I was there? But from all the reports that other people have about these creatures, they know where we are before we know where we are.
Yep.
Gary Spike says Fort Sill is haunted and the whole area is loaded with cryptids.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I thought we were going to talk about a out in the woods, out in the wilderness, but you're actually like in a small subdivision or neighborhood. Yeah. How many neighbors do you have? You said you had the one that you talked to.
Yeah. I'm no longer living in Lawton. I'm north of Oklahoma City now, which ironically, Wolf Creek goes all the way through here and all the way down to Lawton. So I'm still going to make the connection on the I would call it the Oklahoma Bigfoot Highway.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they can still come visit you.
Yep,
They do.
they do.
Not even lying, they do. We don't have a lot of woods. Like our backyard is like the pasture land right behind us, so it's cows and all that stuff. But there's trees, and so when we do our live boots on the ground, it's from our backyard. Well, we can't go on the other side of the picket fence. We haven't got permission to go on that side. He wants to go on the other side, but yeah, we catch things here all the time. For instance, last night we were having our party. We were having a good time, and he had taken our dog outside, and he took her out the back door. And Cammie's like, "Mom, I think Dad's playing a trick on me." And I was like, "Why is that?" She goes, "Because I hear this outside." And so I asked Harold, I said, "Last night when you were taking Storm outside, did you knock on the window back here to, play funny on Cammie?" And he's like, "No." I said, "Well,"
I've been known to do that, by the way.
He goes, "What?" Cammie goes, "Mom, there's something going like that against this wall." I said, "Oh, it's just Dad." "No, Mama," because I looked outside. Dad's not out there.
They just wanted some wedding cake.
Well, I know I still have to make it, but
That's what you still have to make it. Oh, when you do, put some wedding cake on a plate and give it to them.
yeah. But so she heard something last night, and
Wow.
we were just having a good time, and they showed up, and they wanted to hang out too.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It turns out that I got followed up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When I moved in with Christy,
Actually,
this
no, I
was
think they
right-
followed me here.
this was like right before I moved in with Christy, but I stayed up here one weekend with my mom and Christy and the kids. I had taken my dog outside to go to the bathroom at night, like I normally did, and I take her around the back side of the house, and it's pitch black dark back there. Like there's no light, and I didn't have a flashlight. I didn't even have my phone on me. I was just getting my dog out. I take her back there for a walk, and she stops right near the trees back there, and she points. She gets in the classic pointer stance,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not moving, but then she starts to growl. When she started to growl, I kind of pull her back, and when I go to pull her back, something else growled. Now, when I pulled her back and that thing growled, I've heard Bigfoot growl before, so I know it was a Bigfoot growl. I pulled my dog back and I said, "Oh no, you're not going to eat my dog." Nope, not now. There was that, and then a couple nights later, I go back there and I hear some things back, and lo and behold, I'm standing in the same spot where my dog was pointing, and I snap a picture with my camera, and I go immediately look at the picture, and it's really dark, so I can't really see anything. So I go into my editing and I add some light to it. I added light to it, and lo and behold, there was the female Bigfoot that I dealt with on a nightly basis at my house.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
See,
I've heard they do follow you if you move.
Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot has a question for you, babe. Does Harold think the white one was an elder?
I don't think so, because this white male creature looked a lot younger than the female.
Mm.
I mean, I could be wrong, but it looked to be a lot younger to me. I could tell that the female was older than the male because of her features. She had the copper colored hair, but her facial features kind of looked like a middle-aged woman, I would say. And then the fact that her chest drooped a little bit. So
I was gonna say it.
so I could tell that she probably had offspring.
Right.
Did she have gentle eyes?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She could stare right through you, but she had that gentleness to her that it was like calming to me because I didn't freak out.
Right.
I would have freaked out and peed my pants.
Like most people would have been like, oh no, and ran off. And then, but I used my head and thought, if I'm standing right next to something that big that could actually reach up and just
Right.
I'm going to stay calm and I'm going to use my head to get out of the situation. But she ended up saving me.
Wow.
Yeah. Now this one, when I took this picture of this one, like I was saying, I knew it was the one that followed me. I knew she had followed me from Lawton because I saw her baby that she had in Lawton. Okay. And the baby looked like the mother, because the mother down there, she never showed herself to me down there, but she let me see her baby. She had her baby up in a tree in my front yard down there. I went outside. She had knocked on my window. She liked to knock on my window a lot, right? But this time, before I saw the baby, she knocked on my window, and then she did and then she whooped. Okay, so I'm thinking, I better go outside. I better go outside because I don't want something trying to break my window. So I run outside out front, and I go around the corner where to see my bedroom window, and there's nothing there. But I look at the ground. And I see footprints. I see footprint that's about, I don't know, I'd say was it 15 inches?
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 15 by 6 or something like that. And then right next to it was a little tiny footprint. And it looked human.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this.
So I call her up. And I'm talking to her on the phone. And as I'm talking to her on the phone, and I'm telling her I'm taking pictures of this thing, she hears something over the phone.
Don't ask me what it was. I don't. I
remember.
I remember because it didn't sound human. But I was like, "Are you playing tricks on me? What did you just hear?" I was like, "Something not right," because I just thought it was, our cell phones glitching.
Right.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly what it was or some odd Google.
So I'm taking pictures. I hang up with her and I continue to take more pictures. And then I'm standing underneath that tree and I look up. I look straight up and I see we had these 2 doves that like to hang out in that tree. Okay. White doves. I see one of the white doves is perched in the tree and it's sleeping. And then right to the side of it, I see 2 eyes glinting with light. And I look closer and I'm like, oh, I see you. And it goes like this and it's looking at me. So I snapped a picture. Well, when I snapped the picture, the baby Bigfoot itself didn't show up all that well, but the other dove shows up in the picture, even though it wasn't there.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other dove was not in the tree. It was just the one dove sleeping, and then there was the baby Bigfoot. Well, I go around to the side of the house, and I decide to go in the backyard. And I go in the backyard, and there's this pile of wood that I kept back there, and all the brush from cutting trees and on it. Well, there's a little X right next to the pile of wood. This little X, right? So I take pictures of that, and that was that for that night. But then the next day when I get up, I go outside to that tree and I'm looking around it and all that, and there's a bigger X made with twigs at the base of that tree on the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But that X, I kept that X and the baby X right where they were. I never touched them. And for the longest time, that the big X stayed there, but the small X disappeared. Until a couple weeks later, then it showed up in another spot. But this small X, now, you hear stories about people finding the X.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's a common thing. Well, people speculate on what the meaning is for it. A lot of people feel energy around the large X's that they find. Well, this X, there wasn't anything special to it except something left it there. But there was the footprints around it, and there were no sneaker prints, boot prints, barefoot prints, except for those two prints, which the big print was shaped a lot like the classic Bigfoot print, and then the little baby print. But so I started leaving gifts, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I found out exactly what Bigfoot likes and doesn't like.
Oh.
I started by leaving apples. Okay. I left 2 apples, and I woke up the next morning, went out and checked, and both apples were gone. But I found one apple thrown in the backyard, and then the other apple was off around the side of that backyard near the back of the fence, but it had fang marks in it. But not fang marks from an adult mouth, but from an adolescent mouth.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, you like the apples. So next night I put oranges out.
Mm-hmm.
Apples,
I'm sorry, apples, yes, oranges, no.
Try bacon. Everybody loves bacon.
know, right? Sorry,
They didn't like the oranges. They did not like the oranges. I found the oranges. I found one up in the tree near the top, and the other one was thrown out near the street.
I can see them taking a bite out of the orange and having it all bitter. They don't know how to peel it. You're like, ew, what is this?
They didn't bite the oranges. It's just like they knew right away what it was. So they're like, eh.
They go crazy for bacon.
I left it some.
Sorry.
I left it some marbles. Okay, I had different colored marbles and some the little ducks. You know, the little plastic ducks.
Right.
All different colors. Well, I arranged them in a certain pattern, and would take pictures, and then I would compare the next day. And it took a few days, but I started seeing the marbles and the ducks being rearranged. Not taken, just rearranged. Then I started getting twigs being put in that gift, because there was a perfect gifting spot in the middle of this tree. It was hollowed out in the middle, right? So with branches coming up all around it. Well, they started leaving not X's, but little structures inside that tree
Oh,
with little twigs. So I'm thinking, I know what's going on. Mama's leaving the baby to play while she goes and forages.
ah,
So I then start, I put up some outdoor cameras and all that, thinking I was going to catch a Bigfoot on the cameras. Well, with night vision, nope. The only thing I would ever catch was orbs. Lots of orbs. And then one night I had one of the cameras I took down from the house, and I put it on the fence to face that tree to try to hide it, and behind the camera you can hear something saying behind the camera, clicking, right? But it wasn't like a mechanical click. It was like a mouth click. Never showed itself. Just stood behind the camera. And I had that. I recorded it for probably 4 hours. And the only thing you can hear is traffic going by, and then the mouth clicks.
Stinky Bud says, tell her this isn't free daycare.
yeah.
Well, okay. To go on from Lawton to up here when I move up here, knowing that this is the same Bigfoot, the babies now, granted, she only had one baby, and I thought she was big. I saw, now I didn't see it full on, but it was across where we now get to see a lot of entities back there. But it was over there, and it was in the morning, and I went out to try to see if I could find footprints or whatever, and I see this humongous black furry creature dart across that back and then go into the tree line. Okay. This thing was about 12 feet tall.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Even broader shoulders than the white male that I had seen. Okay. But it moved so fast, and it didn't show its face or anything. It just moved because I guess I'd shocked it because I walked around the corner. So it took off. But behind it, I'm looking where the neighbor has all these pieces of wood stacked, right? And I see a head bob up from the wood stack. Bob up, and then I see another one, and then I see another one. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna record it. And I had my night vision on because it's early in the morning, the sun's barely coming up, so I'm with the night vision on, and I'm recording these things. And there's one that decides to stay perfectly still the whole time I have the camera on, so still he didn't move.
Wow.
But the other two were changing places, going back and forth, and barely bobbing their heads up until one sticks his head around the corner of a tree. That verified it to me that there was bipedal that were playing peekaboo. And then the one that was perfectly still decided to move finally, and it moved like that.
Wow.
So I saw the side of the face and the nose, the ridge in the nose and everything. Well, I run in and I tell Christy, there's 3 juveniles out here, and I didn't tell her about the big Bigfoot.
I'm really in my backyard now.
But so now I know that there's a clan of Bigfoot that comes around our house. And since that incident, I've also had where I was filming with the night vision camera in the middle of the night, and I was doing a live on our channel, and I'm panning the camera around, and I see what I thought was a cat, because we have several cats outside. I didn't recognize this cat, but I thought it was a cat. So I zoom in a little bit, and I'm like, is that a cat? And as soon as I said, is that a cat? I hear in my ear, yes.
Oh my goodness.
I tried to pick it up on
The audio.
the audio. Something comes over the audio, but you can't tell. It says yes, but there's a distortion. Right where I heard it say yes, there's a distortion. So in the video, I just marked where the word yes, because that's where it happens. But other people that were watching live heard it.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
but in that same video, about a couple of minutes after that, I turn around and I go in the other direction towards the neighbors, and I'm filming over there, and I see some eye shine. And this eye shine's probably about 7 feet up, 6.5, 7 feet up, and the eyes are far apart. So I walk over towards that fence, and I'm like, I see you. And it's looking at me, and then it looks down towards the ground, and then I see one of our cats comes walking around the fence towards me, and he's meow, and I'm like, oh, hey, Mo. As soon as I said, oh, hey, Mo, I pan the camera back up, and this thing's looking right at me. And the fence line, now it's the neighbor's yard, and it's probably 10 feet to the other side of the fence. You got this side where I'm standing, and then the other side where it goes this way. This thing's standing there, and I took pictures to prove that there's no tree right there, no tree limbs at that level for an animal to be sitting on.
Okay.
To show the eye shine. There's nothing there. There's a tree here and a tree here, but there's no limbs right here. Okay. And that's where the eye shine was coming from, at about a 6.5, 7 foot level. The only other eye shine was my cat walking around, and it wasn't him jumping off of a limb and then coming around, because I immediately zoomed from his eyes to its eyes. And I'm like, I got to back off. So I did. I backed off, and I started talking more about the other side, because this thing spoke to me, and it's behind me. I have to make sure I don't get snuck up on. So I'm standing at an angle to where I can see both ways, but I'm purposely not paying attention to that thing that I just got on camera. And then I hear it walking towards me. So I walk around the back of this house, and I'm ignoring it some more and ignoring it. I don't know what happened to it at that point, but I'm filming back there, and then I hear something on this far end, and that's where the cows stay. Okay, there's a cow pen back there, and that's where they sleep. So I have our son now. He comes out to join me on the live, and he picks that up. I had already heard it, but I didn't say nothing. But he picks that up, and we're wondering what's going on. So we move down that way, and as soon as I move down that way, you hear what sounded like a wounded cat, like a big wounded cougar. But there's nothing there because we're shining the light all around. There's nothing there. Even the cattle aren't reacting to it.
Huh. Wow.
But the noise is coming from there. So I'm like, could it be one of the cows? No, it wasn't one of the cows because all the cows were accounted for. And the only cow that was making any noise was the mama. And she was already PO'd because several nights before that, one of her calf got taken. And I heard that happen. I didn't see it happen. I heard it happen. We were all in here, and then I'm like, what's that noise? And I go running outside, and sure enough, down that way, you could hear the calf just screaming. You hear the calf just screaming, and then the mama for almost 2 weeks after that,
it's crazy.
all the time, she was upset. So she wasn't doing that night. It was quiet, but there was that noise, and it kept happening, and we tried to get something on camera. The only thing we got on camera from over there was a small black animal that was off in the corner, but the small black animal ended up being a porcupine. I've never heard a porcupine cry out. Right? But we had our viewers that were watching, and one of the viewers said that they saw a brown bipedal in the trees.
Oh.
Okay, they had brown bipedal in the trees. Well, show after show after show I have where there's a little bit of evidence of creatures, kind of blurry, and but not my last live back here, but the one before. I got a picture of a bipedal creature reaching around the tree and going like this onto the tree.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can see that the silhouette of its back on one side of the tree.
That's why I'm going my backyard.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't go in the backyard.
And it's not that I see them; I feel them. I feel their presence. I don't see them. I haven't seen one. Well, I take that back. I don't even remember when it was, but my daughter's boyfriend was staying here, and when I work from home 4 days of the week, and I was sitting at my computer desk, which faces these windows right here, and it's daylight, and I'm working, and you catch something off of your peripheral, and I was working, and I'm like, what the hell was that? And so I get up, look out these windows right here, because it looked like a black mass went by the windows in the backyard. I'm like, okay, he's playing a trick on me, or Colton, or, the Connor wasn't awake yet, but Colton, or, somebody had walked by my back windows. And I'm like, and so I walked into the bedroom where he was sitting. And I was like, I said, you weren't just outside. He goes, no, I'm in the back. I was in the bedroom. And I'm like, okay. He goes, why? What's that? I was like, never mind. Because I thought I was nuts. He goes, babe, what? And I was like, well, I said, you might want to go look in the backyard. I said, I think someone just walked by my back windows, or the living room windows in the backyard. And so he grabs Colton, and he went outside, and they ran around the house, but from opposite ends.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he goes, babe, there's nothing back there. I said, I call bullcrap. There's a black shadow go across the window. He goes, no, babe, there was nothing back there. I said, no, there was something back there for sure. But hey.
Now you have had an experience, because the very first time that I took her out in the woods was at the parallel
At
forest.
the parallel forest when I felt it and didn't see it, but I felt it.
Yeah. So in the video that on our channel, Parallel Forest 2, it has us going in there, and we're just going into the very first part of the trail. We just got into the tree line, and I have her go off one direction and I go off another, but I'm not venturing off too far because I know what can happen if I let her go very far on her own. So
Sorry. Her dog. Oh my.
Terry's home.
Yeah. So I'm keeping an eye on her, and I'm trying to talk to people on camera, explaining where I'm at, and she all of a sudden she stops, and then what do you say?
I said, "Hey, babe," I said, "take a picture right over there." I said, "I feel something." And like 2 seconds after I said, "I feel something," he takes a picture, video, whatever it was, and we actually caught something. And it was really weird because I didn't see it. I felt like off, I wasn't zapped or anything because I know that happens. But it was just a feeling like came over me like, okay, this isn't right. I don't even know how to explain the feeling, but
so
it's not like I got a headache or anything like that. It's just an off feeling that I felt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, "Babe, pan the camera over there, take a look." And so I walk over towards her, and I point the camera in the direction she said. And as soon as I panned that camera and focused it, I saw the cone-shaped head behind a thick tree limb.
Ella, come here.
And it was sticking above the tree limb, and it was gray. And it was hairy. I could tell that there was some hair to it. So I'm following this thing, and in the video I slow it down. I have it in slow motion to follow it, and without me knowing exactly what was there, I go in the same direction that it decides to turn, and it turns away from her because it's looking right at her, and it turns away from her and then goes in this direction. At the same time, I'm going in that direction because I'm trying to find a place to get around to go over there, but it goes in the same direction as me. So in the video, you can see it standing there, looking at her, and you can see the head turn, and then the shoulders turn at the same time, and they go in that direction. Well, she then joins up with me, and we go in that direction, and I'm taking pictures, and I'm taking a video, and we come to this small bush that's out there, and the tree limb is busted, and the classic snap, and it's twisted a little bit, and it's pointing in a certain direction. Well, so I go around, and I'm talking because I see these uprooted trees. They're these same trees that are planted in there, but they're uprooted. They're dead, of course, and they're laying on the ground. When they're laying on the ground, there's a hole next to each one, like that's where it was laying, and it got ripped up out of it. And so I pan the camera in, and I say, "Oh, these look like they've been ripped up out of the ground." These, and as soon as I said that, I didn't hear it live. I didn't hear it, but when you replay the video, when I replayed the video, I heard the yeah, and that happened twice. It happened when I mentioned those uprooted trees. and it stopped as soon as I backed away from those trees in the video.
Hmm.
I didn't hear it live, but it happened in the video. Now, towards the end, when we had to cut it and leave, it was getting dark, right? So I'm doing the ending sequence of the video, and the wind picks up, and there's nobody. There's no cars there. Everybody had left, so we're the only humans there that
Okay.
we know of. But we heard everybody get in their cars and leave, so there was no engine starting up or anything around because they were all gone. And I'm doing the final cut for the video, and the wind picks up and starts swirling around us, and then all of a sudden you can hear, like it's standing right behind me, you can hear that.
Oh.
Hmm.
So I didn't hear it live, so I'm continuing to do my ending sequence, and then we cut the video off, and then we walk out.
And then I fall in the mud
Yeah,
because it had rained.
she falls in the mud, but I didn't get that on camera.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
So we're out by the car, and I know what's going on with the wind swirling and all that, and with what people say that there's a lot of paranormal activity in there. We had went there to find what they call an altar in there, a sacrificial altar, because supposedly it's a place for rituals, but it's not actually an altar. It's a grindstone.
Okay.
The Spanish, when they came here, they set up camps out there in the Wichita Mountains, and they would dig for gold and ore and gems and all that, and they would take the stones that they would pick out of the ground and put the stones in there, and then have a mule tied up to it, and a stick comes out, and another stone would roll around in this, and it's in a circle, and that stone would roll around and crush all the rock down into powder.
Okay.
And they
Almost like a millstone then.
yeah it's basically it's a mule run grindstone.
Hmm.
And there's about 7 of them out there in those mountains, and everybody describes those as an altar. Well, if you're not up to date on the history of the area, you're gonna think it looks like an altar because it's got all these things written all over it,
Oh yeah.
and then people actually leaving candles and just they would sacrifice.
Hmm.
So that's the main draw to it with the young crowd, is they think it's a place for rituals of the evil kind. But
Right.
there's supposedly in that area, there's supposedly a young man buried somewhere out there.
Hmm.
Oh.
And then there's all kinds of reports of Dogman out there, and a few reports of Bigfoot. Now,
Well,
I have a picture of what I believe was a Dogman out there. I also have that video footage of this big creature with the cone-shaped head walking away from us. I also have, on the other side, I took pictures from a long distance, and I caught some creatures staring in my direction. But the very first time I went out there and took a video from an area that's about a half a mile from the road, and it's in the private area for just the animals to roam, just the wild animals to roam, with no human interaction. There's a long row of trees across from what they call Prairie Dog City. and I'm filming there, and I didn't know it. At that time, I was having it where I would just take the footage, and then I would let my viewers go through the footage, find things. Well, CP, one of my moderators, she is very good at finding things on film. She came across my very first image that I got from the wildlife refuge, and it was from a video that I took. So she got this still of an area of those trees, and right in the center there looks like a wolf, like a black wolf, but it's very large, and it's staring in my direction. And then several spots around it, there's eye shine in all the, and it's really dark in that tree line, but you can see eye shine, you can see noses, the shapes of noses, you can see mouths, you can see outlines of bodies, but the ones behind this big creature look to be juvenile or adolescent creatures. And I don't remember how many there are, but there's a whole lot of them in that picture. So if you guys would like, I could show some pictures to go along with what I've been explaining to y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll bring up some of these images. So it's going to take me a second.
You know what? I think we still have chips, right? We want chips, John. I think we still have chips. I don't think she would.
Now this is recent. You can say that it is something, or you can say that it's not. I'm not saying that it is, but if you look closely, you can see something in the picture. And see, that's what we like to do on our channel, is we'll show something, and we won't make a claim on it being yay or nay.
Right.
We like our viewers to actually find these things in our video, because to me, if it's what I would want if I'm watching somebody who goes out in the field, like, show us some untouched footage to where we can look through it and find something. So that's what I like to do. And CP is always on the ball, and Sharon Guy also, she's very good at finding things. And there's several others throughout the past few years that do the same thing. And that's what I like. I like people to get that involved to where you actually feel like you were there, you found it, and I give credit. So I give all the credit in most of these pictures that I do have to CP for her keen eye and her computer savvy for finding these things. So that's one. Let's see. Okay, now this is a picture taken from the new territory that we will be going into soon, but the lady that lives here was out taking pictures in this area. She was taking pictures of the change of the leaves on her property. And if you see right in the center, you remember the picture of the lizard man?
Yes.
Okay. I
see the point.
Yeah. You can see a similar looking creature. This thing is exactly the same, the same kind of creature that I caught in my backyard up in the tree. And I have that one video where I have it illuminated on night vision up in the tree. That's what this thing looks like to me. So that gives me some verification that there is a type of cryptid that is localized in this area. Because it's now been spotted approximately 5 miles away from my home.
Oh, wow.
But she didn't realize what it was.
Yeah,
I mean, she didn't even see it, right?
No, she did see.
Oh, she did.
She did see something, but she couldn't make out what it was. Because she didn't have the ability to, or the know-how to blow the picture up enough to tell. So there's that. And let's see.
We have so many pictures.
Yeah. Let's see. That was.
That was 2. This would be 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's close up.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a close-up.
Oh yeah, I see some definition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the night vision video that I have of a creature similar to that, you could see the eyes like this appears to have. It has those black lensed eye sockets,
Right.
and then of course the point on the top of the head. Now the creature on my video it turns its head, and you can see 2 points on it.
Oh, so, okay.
But this one is facing away from her. So there's close up of that. And then
Now, Corey said there's a lady on a channel called Turquoise and Sasquatch that has clear pictures of this creature. I never heard of that channel, so I'm not familiar with it.
oh yeah. There's the lizard man that you guys showed for me on that one show.
Looks like kind of like a dragon.
Yeah. Now this is taken in the cemetery down the road from us.
Wow.
You can clearly see that it's not the tree. It's
Right.
leaves. It's something that physically stands out. It has a structure to it.
Wow.
So
It's got pointy ears too.
it appears to. I mean, what I see is I see the protruding brow.
Mm-hmm.
See that the nose and the upper lip
Right.
are protruding, and then you can see it has a lower chin as well. But then on the top of the head, there's kind of like a crown in the middle, but it also has ridges that stick up from it.
That's why it reminded me of a dragon.
Yeah.
You need a better camera.
Yeah. We all need better cameras. You never have a good enough camera no matter what you think you have.
If you have a clear picture, people are going to say it's AI. They're not going to believe you.
Right.
He does need a better phone, though. You're correct.
If I can ever afford to get me a professional movie camera, then yeah, I would use that. But
Grace says it's quite ugly. It is.
yeah, it is. And let's see where
Keep
we're
going.
at.
6.
If you look up in the upper center of the picture, you can see something staring out that has the classic uh, ape-man brow, the brow line,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and the ridge of the nose. So you see the darkened area where the eye sockets can be. Now that I have studied that picture over and over, and I don't see anything to that picture other than it being something standing or hanging in the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And
what's
that's
what's the
also
same color? The same color behind the face. I see like a bigger thing. Is that another entity or part of the same body?
I believe it's another entity.
Because it looks like I can see the shoulder and arm and top of the head.
Yeah. And see, this was at the cemetery, and when I got done taking pictures and I walked back over to Christy, she was over by our van. Walk over there, and I just shut my camera off, and then she says, "You said what?"
That's something that growled. Just had just growled or whatever.
Yeah. So
And it was ironic because then your phone rang and then the airplane flew over and I was like, oh, maybe I didn't hear, but I heard what I heard.
yeah, but ironically, we did not get that on camera.
I know normally how it goes.
I started the camera right back up when she said she saw something, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You know, which is so fun. I mean, when I first met him and he said he was into Bigfoot, and I never thought 10 million years I'd be helping him do this. But ironically, I live 2 miles from a river and 1.5 miles from a cemetery, and so it's not like we don't have the energy that they need to commerce and be around.
Right.
And so yeah, it was really weird. And then them following him up here, for goodness sake. But see, I think that there were Bigfoot here before he came up here, because when we first started dating and I was teasing him and I said, well, I'm going to drive west of my house just a little bit and see what I can see and take pictures of what I could see and whatever. And so I did that. I did like a mini drive, boots on the ground, because I don't get out. I won't get out of my vehicle. And I actually drove just a little bit further west of my house and took random pictures, rolled down my window, rolled my window back up and drove away. Little did I know that I actually caught something when I did that. Which is so weird. But that was my little mini boots on the ground driving excursion. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I don't get out of the vehicle.
I always tell her if she says she took pictures of something, I'm like, okay, send it to me because I'll blow it up and I'll look through every little pixel.
Right.
Okay, now this one. This was night vision. This is a still taken from me filming into the neighbor's very backyard, where they have a couple of large trees and a tractor and a boat. This is right above that, so it's probably somewhere around 9 to 10 feet in the air in the trees. Now, when I was filming that, I had gotten I got footage of a light source that's not normally there. It was like something flashed in that tree line. Okay, and this is the immediate moment right after that flash.
Okay.
What we captured. So if you can see, there's something that looks transparent.
Yes.
Picture. You can see what looks to me like a wide head. It doesn't have a cone to it, but it's a wide head with broad shoulders and it's transparent because in the live video you can see right through it. But it has what looks to me like an older man, let's say 40s, 50s, 60s. To me, that kind of look to it. It's got the long beard with like a curly beard to it, and he's got thick eyebrows, and the hair's a little long on him, but he's got broad shoulders. But the lower half of him is not there.
Right.
So, but then you see off to the side of him, off to what would be the left side, you can make out another face. Okay. It's been my experience when I get these pictures, there's always multiple faces in the picture, and some yes, some are what they call pareidolia. But
right.
when you get well-defined faces, multiple well-defined faces in a picture, when you're focusing on one thing and all these faces show up, yes, they can be pareidolia, but most of the time you can, if you look good enough, if you know what you're looking for, you can actually make out what makes up that pareidolia: the leaves, the branches, the rocks. And,
yes.
But when they stand out from the tree and not being part of the tree, but they stand out from the tree, you still can't say it's definitive, but you have some kind of evidence when it's brought up over and over and over again in every single picture that you take. So that would lean towards the woo factor.
Yep. Yeah, because the original thing you were describing at the beginning of this picture, it looks like it's almost embossed or 3D, like it's standing out from the background.
Right. Exactly. And that was right after the flash that took place on the camera. There was a bright flash of light, and it was just really quick. And if you're watching the video, that's all you see is just really fast, bright flash.
So you think it just came in, or you think it's something else besides that? Or like a predator, like the movie Predator? Was it kind of like that?
Yeah, I would describe that as something either cloaking or manifesting.
Maybe that's what the flash was, manifesting. I don't know.
And it could have been it manifesting, or it could have been the light from what some people would say they travel through portals. And there's been eyewitness testimony where they say that they see a bright flash of light.
Right.
And then something appears. So that's the woo factor. We're dealing with the woo factor, and that's what makes a lot of people not want to believe that something like that could exist.
Is that thermal footage?
So this isn't thermal. It's just night vision IR.
Yeah, it's night vision IR.
I wish we had a thermal.
Yeah.
They're getting cheaper.
Right?
Yeah, but until then, I do like I like filming with my night vision. It's a little difficult, but it's a lot of fun because you really have to concentrate on what you're looking at. You have to get that camera in the right kind of focus, or else you're just going to get nothing but blur. So I always have a lot of fun with those.
I keep seeing a cat in the bottom center.
A cat.
Yeah, I see the nose and the eyes. Almost looks like it points up. I know it's pareidolia.
Oh, I can kind of see that. The dark spot.
Yeah, the two dark spots are eyes, and there's a dark spot that's a nose. It almost looks like the ears go up, and there's a creature behind it holding on to the ears. That's what I'm seeing.
Wow.
I must be on drugs, folks. Sorry.
Something.
We like it when people tell us what they think they see. You know what I mean?
You just took this picture to a whole new level. I don't know.
Am I the only one that sees a cat?
I'm going to say yes, but I don't know.
All right.
Next picture.
Now, before you go too far, Daryl said he thought he saw another figure in the one at the leaves. Let me see if I can find his comment.
Okay.
I see a big face in the last picture, not the spot you had, but close up and above the leaf on the right. So that was the one that had the bright leaves, I believe, in it, the red leaves.
Okay, let's bring that picture back up. So that was image number 6. Was it that one? No.
No, I think
It was the
I'm
next.
not sure, but I thought it was the one with the bright leaves that you could, were up in the foreground.
Okay.
They were orangish red.
I believe it.
Oh, the orangish red
I think it's
picture.
I think, I'm not positive, if I remember right.
I believe it would be 2.
I don't know. Click on here. See. Okay, that one. Maybe. That one?
Yeah, is it,
Is that the one, Daryl?
Is
Let
that
us
the
know in
one,
the
Daryl?
comments.
so he says he sees another face next to a leaf.
Let me turn the comments off real
This
quick
one?
in case we're blocking something.
On the very right. Up. Let us know, Daryl. What do you see?
I see something on the left above the big bright red. I see 2 eyes, a nose, and kind of a head shape, but like a dark figure, a grayish figure.
Yeah, I see the side view of another face.
Daryl's not letting us know in chat. Daryl,
Daryl,
where are you seeing the face at?
Yes.
he says yes, the bright color one, yes. So what was his original? The upper right?
The original said,
I see
I
it.
see a big face. I see a big face in that last picture, not the spot you had close up, but above the leaf on the right.
Oh, the leaf on the right.
Yeah, right above it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
But
that
that's
would
your
be
left. The right is over there.
Yeah.
Looks like a little monkey right there
okay.
to me.
I see
Hmm.
right there, or just ahead of the other one. But yeah, there could be all kinds of entities in there, but
Mm-hmm.
the one that stood out to me the most was the
The one
one
right in the middle?
right in the
With the
center.
the pointy head or
He says
horn.
yes, like a half a face.
Yeah. And the lady said that she did notice something in there, but she could not make out what it was. So when I showed her this picture, when I showed her picture blown up, she was like, yeah, she knows there's all kinds of things on her property, but she hopes she doesn't run across it when she's walking. Because she said far away like that, because she said she was about 10 feet away from that area when she picked her. So she said that was close enough. I'm like, yeah, yeah. You don't want to come up on something, especially if you're walking in a dark wooded area, because I know her property is about 41 acres.
Oh,
So yeah, she's got a lot of trees and a lot of dense area that people can't walk through.
And a lot of ticks that we
Yeah.
encountered the day that we went and looked at her property. It was crazy. I came home and that song, you check yourself for ticks. You better check. Yeah, that was.
yeah.
Daryl.
We went out, followed the railroad tracks to a wooded area, and went through a little field that they don't really process or anything for the farm. And man, we were covered in ticks.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy this year. It was terrible.
I didn't go back out after that, but it ended up being a hot summer anyway. But yeah, that was the most I've ever had ticks on me. It was crazy last spring.
Daryl goes, wish I could circle it, LOL.
Yeah.
Well, let us know, Daryl. That's when you go on to our
Take a screen capture, Daryl, and send it in to us.
Yeah, screenshot and click on the edit and then circle what you're seeing and send her in or send it to Harold and Christy.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot in there. Something.
Yeah, there's something.
Looks like a mad spider.
Now,
Wow.
I thought I would include this one because it's you can't make out anything really definitive, but the fact that the area where I was filming for this, when you walk through there, you can't see anything stand out. It's just like all you can see is the leaves and the branches, and you can't see anything stand out when you walk past that area. And it's in an opening. There's an opening there at the graveyard that I got a good feeling from, and I'm like, I have to come back here. So we haven't made it back there again, not yet. But when I go back there, I want to concentrate on this area because of the simple fact that these dark areas were very intriguing to me because the feeling that I got when I was back there.
Mm.
So is the big white thing, is that a tree?
Yeah, that's the main part of one of the trees.
Okay.
Right on the fence line.
Then all the black zigzaggy stuff, that's like branches.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then whatever else the black thingies are, that's just it. We don't.
I don't know if I'm just seeing it, but right, almost a little bit too off center. Looks like a man's face, an eye, a nose, mouth.
Yep.
I just see the head, I think, only.
Yeah. And like I said, this was taken right next door to a cemetery. So I would expect multiple things to show up when you're taking pictures. I would expect multiple entities or apparitions to show up in your pictures.
I was going to say, it doesn't look like a cryptid necessarily to me. It almost looks like a zombie or something like that. I don't know.
Which
the one directly in the center I was talking about, where I see the face.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the two round eyes and a cone head. You're looking at something else.
I think I'm seeing something else. I don't know.
Yeah, I was snapping pictures out beyond our house. There's some trees on a tree line on an adjacent property, and one morning I thought I saw what looked like a clown face staring at me.
Ew.
From up in the tree.
Ew. Ew.
We did a show on clowns.
Yeah. Ew. I 100% agree.
I see clowns differently now.
This thing, when I was able to go through the pictures and I zoomed in, I got what looked to me like a cross between a clown and a zombie.
Mm.
And I blew it up even more, and then I got detail of eyes, nose, mouth. It had an elongated face where the chin came out kind of pointed, and you could see a hairline in the hair. And then I started going through the other pictures, and I found more. So there was more than one. And I don't want to say the name of the creature because it's
starts with an S, and you're not supposed to say it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I've been told to call it an it.
An it.
Yeah, that's
All
what
right.
that's what the indigenous people call it. They call it an it.
An it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But something ranch is
Mm-hmm.
derived off of that.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah.
Next pictures.
Okay.
Remove.
Let me get that one removed.
Okay. Because you only have like 20 million of them.
Let's see. I'm at
What is that?
number
Well,
9.
I don't know how long you want to go, but we're almost to the 2-hour mark.
Well, show them this one. They'll like this one.
Yeah, bring this one up. There's the thing I was
altar?
telling you about.
The altar?
Yeah.
Well, what they call an altar.
Yeah,
Oh, see, that's not what I was picturing at all.
I got bad vibes just looking at that.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
you see where it has the flat area just inside of the outer rocks.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
That flattened area. Well, that's where the rolling stone would be placed to crush all the other boulders.
Okay. So that's like a channel, and the big round stone would go follow that channel all the way around, crushing the.
Yeah, and there would be a pole in the middle, a wooden pole in the middle, and then another pole would come out from it, and they would tie a mule up to it.
Yes.
The mule or donkey or whatever around it to move the grindstone.
Yes. All right.
But
All right. Now I see that.
But this particular one is right there in the parallel forest. It's off to the side. So if anybody ever goes to the parallel forest to look for this, it's not directly in the parallel forest. It's off just slightly to the east. You have to go down into a dry creek bed to get to it.
Where's some of them?
Because a lot of people that go to the parallel forest, they get lost.
Mm-hmm.
And they think it's a maze, which it is. The pathways in the parallel forest actually goes around in a circle, and it keeps going until you get to the center. And then people get lost. And if you do that when it's dark out in the middle of the night, you're going to lose your bearings. So there's been a lot of people that have gotten stuck out there because they don't know how to get out of it.
Is it me, or do I see like two orbs right above it in the tree line that looks like fog, but the right and left side is clear?
Yeah. Well,
there's two something there.
Like some kind of energy, huh?
That's what I'm picking up. A lot of energy, because there's no reason why. There's not lens flare or anything like that. It looks fuzzy like fog, like two round circles in the middle, but it sure is clear on the left and right.
Okay.
Right above that.
This picture was posted on Facebook, and I talked to the person that took this picture, and I got permission to crop it and study it, and blow it up and study it, and then to show it on Facebook and on my channel. So what I told this person, because I found these, like Jane, like you just said, there's two areas where you find something. But on the left-hand side, near those the brown leaves bush, just below that, there is a bipedal that is crouched underneath there.
I see it.
Yeah.
There's at least one there, and then the right side is what like you said, the orb.
Wow.
And it's off a little ways from it, but the bipedal is right there under that brown leafed hedge.
I just get chills looking at this. I can just sense a lot of bad stuff happening there. A lot of low energy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And just about everybody that frequents there, every time they go there, they have that feeling. They'll feel the negativity, and they feel their energy being drained. Yeah.
So you think the negativity is because of the kids that are going there having rituals now that they've manifested that as a spot for evil? Because Because if it was just a millstone or a stone for crushing rocks or whatever, I wouldn't think it would have a negativity
Right.
in that spot.
It's because of it being repurposed as
Mhm.
It's an altar.
an altar. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's gonna draw evil or negative forces to it.
Corey says stones carry all energy
Mhm.
themselves. Now they're gathering in that circle. Yeah.
I've heard that rocks have memory. Yep.
Yep.
Trees have memory. Water has memory.
Mhm.
Everything has memory.
Mhm.
Yeah, and in that mountain range, there's a lot of ore and there's a lot of sandstone,
So that also has the energy.
and then there's quite a bit of limestone also. So right there, you have
Wow.
rocks that
Plus, there's
give
a
off
lot of
energy.
Native American as well. So.
Oh yeah,
You said this is in the middle of the forest?
It's-
A
it's
mill in the middle of a forest.
It's off to the edge of it actually, but you have to go. You either have to go around that parallel forest or through it, and you have to go on the right path, or else you'll totally miss it. But once you get to the east side of the parallel forest, there's a path that goes down into a dry creek bed, and just beyond that is where this is located.
And you said parallel?
Yes.
Do you know why they call it parallel
He
forest?
told us earlier about the trees, how they were planted.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, they're all planted perfectly in line. Every direction that you look in there, they're perfectly in line in every direction, and they're 6 feet apart.
Wow.
Now, you said this was for grinding stones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a mining process, grinding stones so they could find the minerals
Ah, okay.
like gold and silver,
Oh, okay.
gemstones.
All right.
Even though they found out there wasn't much gold, because there's lots of abandoned mines out there, and the dangerous ones, of course, are filled up with water.
Are you Choctaw? I am.
Choctaw, Cherokee.
Oh, okay.
Let's
What's the next one? Because
Yeah.
it's 8:04, and
Yeah.
I'm sure Jane and Geryl want to go.
yeah.
No, I mean we don't have to go. I was just letting you know. I didn't know how many pictures you're going to show, so I was telling you we're already at 2 hours. So, but
Sure,
we got time to show more.
Then Corey got us for what, 3?
Yeah.
Which is good.
Okay, now
So interesting stuff.
this is taken
I'll be right back. Sorry.
in the backyard.
Oh, now I see it.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Now that the ground back there, a lot of the area is really soft, and then a lot of the area is really hard. And this is one of the hard soil areas.
Did you measure it?
Yeah, I measured it, but I wasn't thinking at the time, and I didn't put the measuring tape down. But this was 13-inch. It's 13 by 3.5 inch track. So, and then you notice on the front where the toe line is,
Mm-hmm.
you see what looks to be like claw marks,
Oh, yeah.
especially from the big toe.
Yeah.
And that's not a bear track. It has a dermal ridge. It has the classic inside of the human or Bigfoot foot, and then the heel is pronounced, and the rounding of the small toe area, you see how it protrudes, and then it comes back in just like a bipedal's,
Yeah.
a 5-toed bipedal's footprint would be. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So that to me, I found I found more, but they're not quite as defined as that one today. But let's see. It's number 12. Okay, now we were talking about the classic X.
Yeah.
Now this was just inside the entrance to the Sharon Garden area of the Wichita Mountain Wildlife Refuge. And it's off to the left-hand side, just when you go up the steps to go onto the trail. And it's a trail that goes all the way around the backside of Elk Mountain out there. Okay. And this is probably, I would say, 60 yards from the entrance. And it's a little ways off, so you can't really see it when you walk in there until you come up to it. And then it's probably 30 yards off to your left from there, off the trail. And I have closer up pictures, but I wanted everybody to see the overall. You'll see the base of the X on each side. You have on the right side, it's actually part of that tree.
Okay.
On the left side, now the left bottom corner of that X, it's not connected to anything. It's been ripped from the root, and you could actually see where it was broken right at the soil mark, so to speak.
Oh, all right.
The tree goes into the ground.
Yeah.
And that's laying on the back side of the actual branch that's connected to the tree, and then it's propped up in that same tree, but it's touching the ground on this side. And then if you see it from a distance, you can't tell. Like, that's why I took this picture. But if you see it up close, and you see, if you go out there and you know how each tree comes up out of the ground, you'll notice there's a lot of trees that were burnt because they were there's a lot of wildfires out there.
Okay.
And about 3 years before this was taken, there was a massive wildfire that burnt up a third of the refuge. Well, it took 3 years for them to recover, and I couldn't do any investigations for a good 3 years because there were no Bigfoot. They left. They all left because there was nowhere for them to live because it was all burnt out. It took 3 years for the refuge to recover, and this is the result. They were now frequently going into the Sharon Garden area, which before the fires, they would go in there sporadically. A lot of people that investigate out there will find before the fires, they would find sporadic evidence of Bigfoot through there, but not as open as this. Now, because the area growing back, this is an area where they won't go in the daytime unless they're a watcher.
Right.
If they're a day watcher, you'll find one or two that'll be going through there. But at night, there's reports of Bigfoot frequently being seen through there in multiple numbers.
Wow.
And my hypothesis of it is, I think that is a playground for the Bigfoot. Because they only go there when there's no humans.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They'll wait till the nightfall, and then they'll let their children roam free through there.
Was there any footprints or anything in that area?
Not right there, but I went through with Jimmy's Cryptid Quest on Facebook and TikTok. I went through with him and his father before I took these pictures, I have a video going with them back in that area, and we found, what was it, about 4 foot footprints, but they were in the sand.
Oh, in the sand. Okay.
Because they would follow the dry creeks. Well, this is up from one of those creeks, so it's the only X I could ever find out there, and it's the most prominent one of all the X's that I've ran across. And I can tell you for a fact that is not a natural formation, because there is no stump anywhere around there. There's no stump for the one that's tilting.
That got broke off.
Yeah, there's no stump there.
Now, are those two touching each other, or is there a space in between them?
They're touching each other.
All right.
Yeah, you have the one that's still connected to the tree is on the other side of the one that's by itself.
Okay.
That's not connected to anything. So it's the one that's not connected to anything is just leaning against that, but it's also propped in the other branch of that tree.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm going to show y'all one more photograph. I believe it's towards the top here. Let's see. Is it?
I don't know which one you're showing.
I'm not sure. Oh, okay. This.
Oh, wow. I can see that right away.
Yeah. A lot of people have told me that all they see is green leaves. This was taken at the beginning of the video where I had Jimmy's Cryptid Quest with me, and I was filming the very beginning of the video, and I had noticed when I was watching it through the editing, I noticed that behind me, and
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I zoomed in, and from the original picture, you can still see the detail, but zoomed in, for me, I can clearly see the cone-shaped head. I can see the facial structure, the shoulders, the arm, and the breast.
Right.
Right. So there was that, and then there's been other people that have reported, because this is out near the parking lot of the Sharon Garden area. There's been other people that have reported seeing a female bipedal in around that area.
Because it's darker than the foliage, but then yet there's a dark spot that looks like it's casting a shadow itself.
It looks totally different in the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That was my hypothesis on it. Was it does not look like it naturally fits there. It's something that stands out.
For entertainment purposes only, we're not showing squatch porn.
That's squatch porn.
Oh, so funny.
That's a good photo.
I want to find that one. I'm trying to find the one with the big wolf-like creature in it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Jessica.
Either this one or the one near it. Okay. This is, I believe this is the best picture of Bigfoot that I have. Now, ask me if you can see anything. I mean, tell me if you can see anything.
Is this the one that we took right by the Sharon Gardens? The one that I told you where it was? Or where I felt it?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it look so much different on there? It looks so much different on there.
Now, if you take this, I'm not sure if it's the picture before this one or after.
Oh, you zoomed it in. Okay.
Yeah, this is the wide angle. This is the actual photo that I took. But the zoomed in cropped one that I got the image from, I believe it's either before or after this one. So
No.
no, I don't think it's that one.
That's not that one.
That's
I don't
not it.
think.
Okay, let me go to the one after. It was 20, 21. Was I on 20 or 21?
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking.
No, that's the parallel forest. But go ahead and put this one up real quick.
I was gonna say, that's pretty. Oh my goodness.
You can
That's
see
the parallel forest.
the parallel forest.
Wow.
Yeah.
They are in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at night, when there's no light and there's fog rolling through there,
It's creepy.
yeah,
Oh, I bet.
very creepy. Let's see, I think it was 22. Nope, this is parallel forest again.
All right. Daryl sent us a picture with a circle around what he was talking about.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
Thank you, Daryl.
So you want to bring yours up first or Daryl's?
Go ahead and
Daryl's.
bring Daryl's.
Hmm.
I want to see. Hi, Heidi Plop. I just wanted to say hi to you. See, it was the one that I was saying. It was
Yeah.
a little-
That's what I was thinking too.
Deep
Yes.
picture.
Yeah.
Yep. He's not the only one that's not.
Yep. Right
Yeah.
there.
That's what I was thinking too when he was saying that.
yeah. Now, when me and Christy were out at her property on the initial visit we had with her, Christy was taking pictures while I was walking ahead with the lady, and she was showing me around.
Man, they left me in their dust. I was like, screw this.
But Christy had taken a picture, and I couldn't find it when I was looking for pictures for tonight. But I have a picture of off to the left. Christy panned her camera off to the left, and there was a downed log, right? And right behind that downed log, there was, from here up, there was a what to me was definitively a brownish copper colored Sasquatch with the wide shoulders and the cone-shaped head. It was coming up and peering over that log at me and the lady that were ahead of Christy. So I told the lady, I said, I know you have Sasquatch here because of the structure that we found there. I also have a picture of a structure that was found there, and I showed her the picture, and I'm like, you see the two little black areas in the structure near the ground? And she's like, oh yeah, I see it. I said, okay, now, and I showed her the blown up versions of it, and on each side there's two bipedal creatures crouched, and you can see their big brown eyes looking right at you.
Oh, wow.
No.
So she's like, I know there's something out here, but she's like, I don't believe in Bigfoot, but I know now there's something out there.
I don't know if did you show him this one?
No, that's the clown face.
Oh, that's the clown
Yeah,
face
so
one?
If you can get it on the,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, she's got something to show y'all.
Okay, so this is okay, I'm gonna try to get it as close as I can. This is just the normal picture.
Okay.
The normal
Okay.
picture. Okay.
She's gonna zoom in on it, and this is the picture I.
Let's see if I can. Hang on.
Oh, I think I saw it. Yep, I do.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and
Here, let me make yours bigger.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that.
yep. Yeah, and I have about 5 or 6 other photos.
That was the creepiest thing I had ever seen in my life.
5 or 6 other photos of similar creatures with the same kind of markings. Let's see, 24.
Every time you and other podcasters or experiencers talk about them peeking up and going back down and another one peeking up, just kind of reminds me of whack-a-mole. You know, like they peek up, they go down, they peek up, they go down. You know, and instead of just peeking around the tree, they just like going up and peeking and going back down. And I've heard a lot of reports of them seeing, you know, that they come up and you just see the head or just the nose on up that they're peeking at you.
Yeah. Now, this is the parallel forest. This is the pathway going into the main entrance of it.
Wow.
And when you're walking up to it, you can see off to the side and you can see off the other side, and it's straight line each way. And if you look close enough when you go there, you can actually see faces and the heads of what looks like people staring out at you. But once you walk into there, you can hear everything that's going on, like the cars driving by and the birds and then the elk calling and all that. But as soon as you walk through the trees, dead silence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Almost like a haunted forest, huh?
Yeah. And then the only sounds you hear when you walk past those trees are the sounds that are coming from within.
Wow.
And that day it was kind of misty, rainy.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest day to go out there, but we were.
So that's why they call that place spooky, because it is spooky whether you go there day or night.
Wow. Some places just have a very low energy and you can feel it. And if you can't feel it, your discernment's broke. I've seen things like that. I've seen A's also. Have you ever seen the shape of an egg?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard other people say that it's an X or a distinct large, capital A.
Right. Now, from my experience having these in multiple places, like I've even had them out here, I believe that the X on the ground, not standing up now, but the X's on the ground are meant to be a message to us who are living here. Like they're claiming the area outside of the home and they're leaving the home for us.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard that there are messages that when you see them on the ground like that, and then you go back and they're either gone or there's a totally different X.
Yeah.
And yes, by chance, yes, they could have fallen like that, but some of the areas are just like, okay, that's a perfect X.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the small ones. The one that was by my tree down in Lawton was a little bit bigger than that. And then I found one right outside here about a month ago or so. An even smaller one. It was like a little baby X that was in the same pathway as that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay.
So you don't think it's like a marker on a map or to lead on a trail or a direction to go?
No, what I believe the X's here are the juveniles are practicing.
Boundaries.
I think they're practicing what their elders do, and I believe that it's more juveniles than anything that come around here. So I believe that one there was actually a claim. They're marking their territory.
All right.
Corey asked if you've seen little people. Nuppily people? Little people?
Nanupi?
No, I have not seen yet. I've seen evidence of like tiny structures, but I haven't actually seen any little people. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure sometime down the line I'm going to be introduced to them.
Let's not just say little people and then they show up in my backyard or something, okay?
They've probably been there the whole time. They just haven't shown themselves yet.
Yeah.
26.
26.
Yep.
Yeah.
New P.
Somewhere in there, I missed the. Okay, this is the big dog creature in the
Oh,
center.
yep.
You see the face?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yes.
Okay, and everywhere I have an arrow pointing is where there's another face.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I see him. Yep.
And even down in the lower right hand corner, there's actually the face of a infant.
Almost looks like a human face down on the lower right.
Hmm.
Wow.
Now I've had somebody look at this picture, and they said if you turn it upside down, like if you have it right set up like it is here, it looks like a wolf creature. Okay, but if you turn the picture upside down, it looks like, and I did, and I can attest to it. You turn that picture upside down, that center creature looks like a bipedal ape hanging from a limb.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Mhm. But right side up, it has the features of what you would consider a very large wolf or a dog man.
Wow. I definitely see the wolf.
Hmm. But the nose is a little different. If you notice the nostrils on the creature, they're not completely dog-like.
Hmm.
Now, how does this compare to the white one at your other property? How does the facial, the ears and the snout and
On this one, the ears on this one are facing forward.
okay.
The ears on the one that was standing next to me, the white one, were facing outward, but
Oh,
straight.
all right.
But they were not the same creature, not the same type of creature.
Okay. I was just talking about like
The similarity.
like you were just saying, the ears and the snout and the nose and
The facial structure on this one completely different than the albino looking creature that was next to me, but yet dog-like. So I believe
That's the Comanche. Corey's saying that it's the Comanche that call it the, and it's Nahuman.
Namana.
Namana.
Yeah.
Phenomena.
Get it started.
I'm not trying to.
But I will on one of y'all's upcoming episodes that you do of the
Late night.
late night,
Yeah.
the Wednesday nights, I will find the picture of that that bipedal in the middle of all those trees. I will find that,
Blowed up
and
one?
yeah.
I don't think I have it anymore.
I'll find that, and then I'll explain it to y'all in the comments
Okay.
on how we came to find it.
all right.
So
Yeah, because sometimes it's fun or interesting to show pictures, like you said, without explaining too much. Let them see it first, like a new crowd, like our Night Owl Lounge.
Yeah.
Might be different than people in your chat, and see what they have to say about it.
Right?
I think that's a lot of fun when you have your viewers involved in
Hmm.
discovery.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, this has been fun, Harold. And
Oh,
Christy.
yeah.
Thank you,
Oh, my
thank you for
goodness.
being here tonight.
Oh
You're
yeah,
welcome.
yeah. Thank you guys for having us.
It's like our
Really?
honeymoon thing on Facebook or on YouTube, you know? This is fun. Because we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I like hearing people's experiences.
Oh yeah. I've heard some weird stories, but with a lot of truth behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we always talk about that, especially in the Night Owl Lounge. You know, it's like I may have an experience. You could probably have an experience that are similar, but they're not going to be the same. And I mean, there's just going to be differences. And just like you just talked about the white creature that was next to you, it didn't necessarily look like a typical Bigfoot as far as the head shape and stuff. So it's like,
And the teeth.
how can you say Bigfoot fits this box
Right.
or anything else? There's got to be varieties and different nuances to each animal or cryptid.
Yeah, exactly. I for the life of me, I would have never thought that it could have been a Bigfoot. I thought it was either like the dog man or wolf man, or and then when I heard Googway, I'm like, I don't know what a Googway is.
A Gugway? Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's what it almost sounded like with, all the podcasts we listen to, because I don't recall people saying that a Bigfoot opens up his mouth and has sharp teeth like that. But a Gugway, or however you pronounce it, does.
yeah,
Right.
and for it to have virtually no neck, and then all of a sudden,
Mhm.
Right.
Almost shape shifting.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It was hair raising.
Oh,
I bet.
I'm glad it was you, not me. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I would like to see a Bigfoot, kind of like what you were talking about, the big black one going across the back. I kind of like him to be off in the distance first. Like, okay, I want to see the outline, the shadow, or maybe a little more detail, but I don't want it brushing up against my shoulder.
Or peeking in your bathroom window.
Oh, let's not even go there.
They love bathrooms.
Let's not go there.
Seeing a Bigfoot is one thing. Like if you see a side view of it or from a long distance and it's not looking at you is one thing. But when it makes eye contact with you, it's a whole different ball game.
And of course, our bathroom is the only one that doesn't have a curtain on it. Don't say that, James.
Put a blanket over it fast and staple gun it.
Yeah, it's like Boondock says. I was thinking the same thing. It's like the track with the claws could be a Googway. I was thinking the same thing.
So we when we walked the field that day that we were talking about, we went out and explored, and we found a track that had claw marks in the front. And it was too big for any animal that's in our area, whether there's coyotes or.
Yeah.
And what was
Stuff
weird
like
is there was no heel. It was just like the toes, like it was walking on toes.
Right.
Or running.
That's what was weird. There was no pad on it.
Right. So
There was
It
definitely
was big. It was bigger than my
claw
hand.
marks
My
in the
hand out.
front of each
It was-
foot.
It was bigger than my hand.
yeah, so you would associate that with some type of canine bipedal,
Right.
Right.
in which a lot of people find those footprints. I've seen like Jimmy's Cryptid Quest. He's come across things like that. He travels all over the place. So he recently went to Washington State and found footprints out on a mountain trail out there. And a lot of times he goes by himself, which I don't recommend. I don't recommend anybody going out in the woods on a trail in the mountains by themselves.
Right.
Right.
Always if you're going to go by yourself, always have a certain party that knows where you are and knows where you're supposed to be and how long you're supposed to be there.
Mhm.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
think things are getting more weirder compared to 5 years ago, even, or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They're more current, and it just, like people say, is the veil breaking? Is the veil getting super thin? There's just been a lot more encounters.
Yeah.
And we don't know what news coming.
Right.
It seems like there's new reports of different things, just like you said of the white one. I mean, we're starting to get reports of, okay, this isn't what we thought we knew what Bigfoot looked like. So maybe is this something else? Is it a crossover? Is it a whole new cryptid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Which wouldn't surprise me.
the dogman phenomenon hasn't been around a whole lot
Right.
longer than
Mhm.
it's been probably since the 1980s when you started hearing stories here and there of it. But
It was more werewolf back then.
yeah, more
And all the werewolf movies and things like that.
Right.
But I've heard Sasquatch since I was little.
Yeah.
You know, thanks to Patty's, that Patty film probably.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Dogman is something, fairly newer.
And then you have Sasquatch reports like Davy Crockett. Davy
Mhm.
Crockett writes about seeing a creature, and the way he explained it, the explanation was that it was a Bigfoot.
Right.
Right.
Modern day translation of it would be you saw a Bigfoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of it through history, people, and a lot of times people don't pay attention. I mean, just like Teddy Roosevelt, retelling the story of supposedly somebody that told him a story, but I think it was actually his experience when he was out in the woods with the lumberjacks. But that was supposedly a Sasquatch encounter.
Yeah, and then not to mention all the hieroglyphs where
Mhm.
they've got giants standing next to them. They make themselves little, and then they're standing next to these really tall giants, and then some of them are hairy because they draw hair on them. Yeah.
Or just a dark shadow. So maybe they were seeing shadows in the woods too. So
Yeah.
a lot of them are just shadow figures on the walls.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then for ancient indigenous tribe to draw UFOs.
Right.
So, all that goes back before we even took record of anything.
It's all connected.
Yep.
Definitely.
Well, I think this is a good stopping point. Once
Yeah.
again, thank you, Harold and Christy, for coming on. This has been fun. I love your pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Keep sharing them out.
Just sharing your experiences. That's amazing. Not too many people have close-ups like this to give details. That was great.
Every time I go out, I snap pictures constantly because I like doing that. I like going back and trying to see what I couldn't catch with my own eyes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, we enjoyed being on here with you guys.
Yes, we sure did.
We'll definitely after our show on Wednesday nights, if you guys are on right after us, we're usually
Maybe a half hour after our show, we're in the
Right.
So
Yeah, you guys are regulars on our Wednesday night. I really appreciate it.
sometimes I fall asleep listening to you guys. So
That's all right. We probably put a lot of people asleep.
until she hears the goat, then she's like,
Yeah.
We love the goat. He makes us laugh.
Everybody loves to go.
yeah.
Well, don't go away. We'll just say goodbye to everybody in chat, and we'll talk to you a little bit after the show. So thank you, everybody in chat that's been here. I tried to bring up most of your questions. I think some of them we answered without bringing up the questions. So it was just a fascinating story that Harold told about his that encounter with the female that protected him. And so I was paying attention and enthralled in the story. So I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but it was the first time for me to hear it personally, full story. I've heard bits and pieces on other shows, and it's like, man, I want to know more about this. So tonight we got the chance to do it, and I didn't want to miss any of it. So I apologize, but
It was all good.
yep.
Yeah.
It was good.
All right.
So what do you got? You guys got Wednesday night is your show, you said, before ours?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wednesday night, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central. On YouTube.
Yep.
Bless you.
And on that note, bless you.
So go watch Harold and Christy on Wednesday night, and then shortly after them, 2 hours later, I think it'd be 2 hours later, we're on, and we'll be hanging out as normal, talking about cryptids, UFOs, whatever weird stuff comes up. Probably pizza, food again, but
Yeah.
all chats just start talking about food.
Even ours. I'll tell you.
so go ahead and go and hang out with Harold and Christy. If you're from our channel, our chat, go subscribe to them and hang out with them, and then you can come on over in the Night Owl Lounge.
So on that note, good night, everyone. Stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Have no fear. And keep your vibrations high, especially.
Keep looking up.
Bye, everyone.
Night, everybody.
Much love.
Bye.